Hi, God. Thanks for the shine. Seriously. Okay, so here we go. We're getting ready to do our bit right now. Ready? Here we go. This one is going to be the Holy Bible. All right, so we're still going through Genesis, and check this out. We got our one paper, right? We like saying one paper now because when we track down Holy Bible, that's what Holy Bible literally means. It means one paper, right? So here, I'm gonna do this one kind of quick, right? Because we're just gonna be done with it, right? So check this out. Here we go. Here's the one paper. Ready? Hi, God. Thanks for the shine. We always say that. Remember that. Ready? Keyword flow. Ready, go. Quest, bit, script, word, go, show, flow. Right? Holy Bible is one paper. First, forward, in front of, before, chief, PER, done. Okay, that's that word. Okay, Sabbath, day of rest. He rested. SHABATH, done. Okay, so when we were tracking down Sabbath, right, it also took us to Saturday, so we also had to write down what Saturday was, right? And Saturday is another two-word word, right? You have Satur, for short for Saturn, and then day. Ready? Here we go. Saturday, Saturn, Chronos, right? Time, and time is to divide. DA, done. All right, cool. Okay, day. Day is to shine. Hi, God. Thanks for the shine. I love the shine. D8 or DYEU, done. All right. So here's the header. Genesis, headlines, chapter 2, verse 1 through 3. The first Sabbath. Okay. Day 7. What? All right. So basically this was it, man. So we ran through, or we're getting ready to finish up the last day, the seventh day, and it's the Sabbath day, right? So that's the first Sabbath, right? Go. The girls are out now, they're playing. All right, so here we go. Ready for the words, right? So check it out, right? Here goes the words right there, right? So you can see that right there. We're gonna read that bit right there, right? So here we go. The first Sabbath, chapter 2, verse 1. Right, thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. 2. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And 3. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. Okay, so that's it, man. So that's why when everybody's like saying, yo, on the Sabbath day, you got to rest, man. You got to chill, just chill, right? Because in the first 6 days, God created everything, right? Then on the seventh day, he was just like looking around, being like, yo, I'm cool right now, man. I'm done, right? But I love this, right? Because it gives, I mirror this schedule, right? I literally mirror this schedule because that's what we're supposed to do, right? So here's a fun fact, man, because I was checking out the Word, right? And then I was hanging out with the Word, and then I was hanging out with my man Christ, and I was hanging out with the Holy Ghost. And then, we were getting some words coming back to us because that's what we get. We always get the words that come back to us. And then it was making me think as I was reading Genesis, right? And then I'm seeing, okay, God created everything, right? And then God created man, and then God created man in the image of God, right? And then God created he, right? And then God created male and female, right? And then that's when he created them, right? So you get man and you get woman, right? And then there's children, right? And then I'm looking at it, and then I'm like, so God did all of this, and he did all of this in 6 days. And then on the seventh day, he was like, yep, I'm tapping out. I'm going to break. It's a rest, right? And then I'm looking at it, and then I'm like, okay, so I mean, we're gonna continue to read the story, but it's making me think, right? Because I'm already, in different stages, right? But as I'm looking at it, I'm like, man has no one to copy, right? So God made man in the image of God, which is a copy of God, right? But then man has nothing to copy, right? So man, I'm like, yo, so how is man supposed to perform? what are they supposed to do? Like, what are the rules, man? You know, what are the rules? I know we're going to get into it in the book or whatnot, right? But then it's making me think about like why my brother Christ came down, and he had to show us what's up, right? You know, and that's why he was like, yo, I'm gonna come down, right? I'm gonna show you guys what's up, right? And then I'm gonna leave you with the Holy Ghost, and then the Holy Ghost and you and me and all of us are just gonna wander through the land and then just have a good time, right? You know, so that's what I'm starting to see, right? You know, because, you know, I'm thinking about how people are programmed, and I'm thinking about like, you end up being like how the people that you hang out with, or you end up being like the things that you see, right? You know, so like, so here goes a bit. Somebody was on the YouTube. Was it the YouTube? I can't remember, right? But I was on one of the channels, and then they were talking about the women, right? And then they were talking about how the women behave, right? Oh yes, this was a man. The man was named Paul Unslaved, right? And then he had a woman on there, and then they were talking about like how the men are, and the men are no longer men because the men have bent the knee to something else, right? You know, they don't have that spirit anymore, right? So then the women are hanging out, and then the women are like, you know, what are we supposed to do, right? You know, so the women are out here chasing a bunch of dudes, right? And then, you know, they can't find that one guy that's just, you know, solid for them. You know, it's like they can't find the Adam and the Eve, right? Adam and Eve are just like, I don't know where we are. Where are you? That's another story, right? You know, but as I'm watching the men and I'm watching the women, and then I'm watching how they're trying to find each other, but then they can't find each other. And then you're watching how the women are performing, right? Because, you know, when you watch the screen, you see like, what are the most popular things that people like to see? It's not cool. You know, it's like, you know, the way that they show the woman's body, right? Too much, right? Just not cool. You know, it's just like, whoa, that's not sexy, right? You know, and then when I say that, I'm just like, you know, when you watch a creature, meaning we are creatures of God. You know, God created us in the image of God. And then when you watch what we're supposed to do and then how we're supposed to be, right? You know, it's like if the Most High made us, right, you know, why would we act so low, right? That's just what I'm getting at right now, man. It's like, you know, like if my father, you know, is the dopest of the dope and my mother is the dopest of the dope, why am I going to act like a turd? You know, why am I going to act, you know, why am I going to perform in these ways that are just not cool? You know, why am I going to, you know, that's what they were talking about. They were talking about twerking, right? You know, so everybody looks at twerking. I too looked at twerking, you know, because that's what I would used to use for the honey pots, right? Because I know that men like that. You know, I know that the eyes look at that, right? So I used to use videos, and then I would use the woman's body and the woman's shape, and then I would use it to move so I can get people to look at it, right? You know, because I was like, yeah, that's what everybody likes to look at. They all look at them. Look at all the magazines, right? Look at how all the women look. And you're just like, well, if that's what everybody likes, then we got to put it out there. We got to show it. That's what they call the marketing, right? You know, and they do the same thing with the dudes, right? Like you got to see the dudes and they're all like yoked up and then they're all like cut up and stuff like that. But then you're like, that takes a lot of work to get like that. It takes a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice, which a lot of dudes don't have a lot of time to do, right? You know, so instead of showing other ways of being, right? Instead of showing like, yo, how are we supposed to be? Like we need to have what they call role models, right? We need to have entities that we can copy. My role model is Christ, you know, that's it. You know, that's why, you know, it's like I had to find one. I was like, you know, who do I copy? Who do I mirror, right? Because I don't know what God does. I can't, right? He never gave me an image until he sent down Christ, right? And then when Christ came down and then my man Jesus was walking the land, he was saying, this is how you do it, right? This is how you're supposed to be. And I was like, oh, okay, I got it. He's like, it's all about the love, man. Right. So now once I got it, like everything has to trace back to love. I'm cool now. Right. Because Christ gave me the model. Right. I know who I'm supposed to be like now. Right. I'm supposed to copy Christ. We're all supposed to copy Christ, and we're all supposed to walk in that image. Right. We're supposed to imitate. And then that's it now, man. You know, that's just my low key down. That's just my thing. You know, back. Get to work. Get to work. Thank you. Right. That's just what I know we're supposed to do now. Right. It was just, as I was reading the Genesis, and then I'm seeing, that, like we were made in the image of. Right. But then I was like, how do we know what to copy? Right. And this is when you start to see when you can get like bad programming to go in. Right. Because if you don't have a proper model to copy, you're going to copy other things that you see. Right. And then those other things might not be good. Right. They might not take you back to love, man. That's it. So that's it with this bit. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to show, right? It's like, here, you see, let's check this out right there. Let's white balance. You see that where it says time? Okay. And then you see where it says to divide. Watch this, right? I'm going to show you another word. Right. I'm going to show you another word because, this one is just, I'm having fun with it because I'm bugging out. Right. So I'm always talking about demon. Right, and demons divide, right? Demons divide, but check this out, right? Here, I'm going to show you, right? You see that word right there, demon, and then where it says demon, to divide, so isn't that a fun word? Right, so if time is divide and demon is divide, is time a demon? I don't know. I don't know. Are demons really bad? Right. Or the things that are bad that divide you from the love, that divide you from God, right? To divide you from, divide. I said divine. That divide you from source. Right. So if you're always trying to be like Most High because you come from Most High. Right. And then Most High sent down Christ and he said, yo, copy Christ. He was like, you guys are not getting it. Copy Christ, right? You're all divided. You're all over the place. You got all these demons all up inside of you. Like you guys aren't organized. You don't have the order, right? That's why they call the one thing the order. Order and logos are the same thing. So when you get that logos, you get that order, you get fit together, right? That's why I'm always going back to one, right? Because one's not divided, right? One is not divided, So then once you're singular, once you're one, once you're the first, right, you're cool, right? That's just what I was thinking. I'm sorry for that ramble, but I know you're always listening to me, God, but that's just what I was noticing, because I don't see the word demon as a bad word, but I do see if you're all divided, if you're not focused, if you don't have that single eye, right, then I do see that is a bad thing because then you miss the mark, right? You're not focused. You don't know how to aim, right? You don't know how to follow. So if you don't know how to follow because you're all over the place because you're all divided, that's not a cool thing, man. So, I mean, this is just how I put the words together, man. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense to me, and then this is just what I do now, right? So time and demon are the same. It's all about dividing, man. And, that's how we can mark things, too. We can measure things by dividing them, too, and then look at it, and then we can analyze it, and then we can manipulate things, too. Fun fact, man. Well, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to go chill. Today I'm going to rest. It's not Saturday. It's what they call Sunday, but I'm going to chill and I'm just going to relax, man, and have some fun. All right. I'll talk to you in the future. Remember, nobody's having more fun than us. Bye.